Eric Lawrence's salary.
You know, I can't disclose the exact figure.
Holy shit, it's not little.
That little.
It's an excuse for me to have a gin tonic. And thank you, Boatyard Distillery, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about the gin?
This is a collaboration between Mariposa Negra Bar and Boatyard Distillery, which is an organic distillery based in Northern Ireland, who during the pandemic shown up the real face and support my project, helping me out and providing me this bespoke label.
Declan.
Story short.
Declan, my God.
Thank you, Declan. Thank you, Declan.
First things first, let's start with, this is Luca Corradini. He is the owner of Mariposa Negra Bar, one of the owners of Mariposa Negra Bar. I'm here with him in his wonderful little joint, which has only been open for
3 weeks.
Holy shit, it's not little.
That little.
First up, Luca. So 10 years in London, you were at the Savoy, you were in Oriole, and then you left, and here you are now. Please tell us a little bit more about that time, what happened in between, and how do we get here to Barcelona, Spain, and Mariposa Negra?
Well, London is a bit of a mecca for every bartender, and I had the opportunity to live in London for about 12 years. And you know, yes, as you said, I had the opportunity to work in many great bars, but you know, London is one of those cities where you may not see your life there forever. You know, I got to a point where I felt like I wanted to buy a house, I wanted to set my own business, I wanted to settle down, and I felt like London wasn't the right place, but Barcelona was, because of the quality of life, business-wise could be a bit more affordable, and I felt like it was just a place where I wanted to live and to stay for many years.
Cool. And what's it like working in a place like the Savoy, or then going from a 5-star hotel to like Oriole, which is a completely different setup?
Well, you know, I think obviously the Savoy was an amazing experience, was very much a gift that in my career, simply because you know, it's an institution. Every day was amazing to work. You know, wear the white jacket and really have the very simple goal to transform moments into memories. You know, like we were saying at the Savoy every day. So when I moved to Oriole, you know, it was very different, but I didn't forget everything that I learned at the Savoy and all the other bars I worked before. It was just a way to look for complete myself professionally.
I'm definitely stealing the line, turn moments into memories. And what happened after you left London? There was a moment that you were here, there, and everywhere?
Yes, no, I always focused my career as a bartender to be a better bartender, but I've never really focused on the business side. So for this reason, I felt like that I wanted to spend time with working close to an entrepreneur. I work for him as a group beverage manager and consultant, and he basically showed me the way of how to run a multi-operation business. So I spent a few years doing consultancy, and it was just I'm very happy that I did that before to opening my own bar.
Sometimes bartenders, they don't have the ability to switch off. So they come into a bar and they start looking at the tables being not clean or something like that. As a bar operator, do you come in and you're like, that chair costs 80 bucks? Do you like view everything differently now?
Absolutely, yes. You see everything with $1, stick to it a little bit. But at the same time, to me, the philosophy I run in my bar, you know, I always thought that if a bar show that has a soul, is always going to work. And I strongly believe in that. Perfect. You know, so for as much as you need to see things with $1 close to it, there is the other aspect of, you know, must look good. And
I'm going to collect the phrases now. We've got moments into memories, a soul would always work. I like it. We're going down that route. And then somehow you met your current business partner and ended up opening Mariposa Negra Bar. Is there anything you want to comment on what it's like? You know, how did you meet this person? What's it like negotiating with an investor, essentially?
At some point, Salwan, told me that there was a person that was interested in to open a cocktail bar in one of the venues he owned. So I explained him my project without much of a business plan, really. And he told me, well, you know, let's do what you want, you know, and then let's see. So, you know, my business part, his name is Jose Carlos, and, you know, he believed in my project since the beginning. And, you know, I'm very thankful that all of this happened. You know, a person by itself can do much. You know, you always need someone that supports you on aspects that you cannot do by yourself, like the financial aspect, the marketing, or just telling you, Luca, this is just too crazy, don't do that, it's wrong. You know, nothing like this.
Mariposa Negra, what is the concept? What the hell are you talking about?
So, Mariposa Negra is ultimately very simple. Is to create super tasty drinks in good-looking serve. You know, this is the brief I give to my bartenders to make sure they come out with something that satisfies Mariposa Negra. Now, the way we work is a technique that we like to package mind to reality. So why we call it mind to reality? Because it's a technique that enables bartenders to transform whatever they have in mind into an end product. So the step mind to reality work is very simple. First, you think it in your mind, then you design it on a PC or a 3D program, 3D design. Then you transform that into a prototype, and you can achieve that with a 3D printer. So you 3D print whatever you have 3D design. Then you take a mold of this prototype, and then you produce it with clays. Why clay? Because it's quick, affordable, and you know, you can achieve basically every possible shape with it.
And Mariposa Negra, the black butterfly, is there any sort of background story about that?
Yes, Mariposa Negra takes inspiration from a novel written by a Catalan author, which is Carlos Ruiz Zafón. And the story is called Marina. And Marina is a supernatural novel that talks about an illegal clandestine surgeon that discovers the elixir that can give life back. And he can extract the serum out of black butterfly's blood. This is why, you know, Mariposa Negra, black butterfly.
We now know everything that we need to know in that sort of sense. Let's talk about the business side of things. Tell the world, what does a bartender need to do in order to open a bar in Barcelona? What do you need to do to open a bar here? How much would a place cost? How much does this place cost?
You know, I can't disclose the exact figure. But you know, premium locations are expensive, and especially
Eric Lawrence's salary. Or maybe more.
Yeah.
I don't know his salary. Now you have to tell us how much Eric Lawrence was making in the Savoy.
I can't disclose that information. But you know, opening a bar obviously is expensive because everything costs, especially in a city like Barcelona.
But at least let's talk about the cost price of a vessel. Forgetting the time, how much does it cost to make one of your highball pottery things?
You know, roughly, depending shape, and is probably about £1.50. You know, what is really worth many times more.
But then I remember when the first time we met, you were 3D printing something for the bar, or?
Yes, I was 3D printing my sink tap, a sink drain. I just downloaded it and printed, and it cost me about 25p worth of PVA filament. You know, I can show it. Can I?
Yeah, crack on. Oh, you're actually using it?
Yeah, of course.
It's an excuse for me to have a gin tonic. Boom. So that is a sink tap. Obviously it's been used, so it looks like shit now. But that is worth how much?
20p.
And that would probably be €2.
Maybe 5.
Cool. Just going into trends and bartenders trends and whatever. Right now in the bar industry, we're seeing a lot of, because of the lockdown and because of consumer needs, there's a lot of canned cocktails, a lot of acids and all these things being used. Do you not see there's a similarity between the ready-to-drink Bacardi breezers of the 80s and 90s, but just done better now, 30 years later? Are we going in this horrible circle?
I think the pandemic, fortunately, is gonna be over very soon. And I think many of those aspects are not going to stay. Bars are not there to sell drinks. Bars are a place what really sell is a sociable experience. That's it. You know, people doesn't come to my bar, I hope not, just to have a drink. You know, they come to my bar because, you know, they want to have a good night with their friends, or they want to impress, you know, or, you know, they want to propose to their future wife. You know, it would be amazing, you know what I mean? So, but
3D printed little ring upstairs.
You know, we can do that. We can do everything.
All right, just to wrap this up, Luca, you're a fresh new bar operator, 3 weeks into your first ever business, your first ever cocktail bar. Give us everything quickly. Give us a list of things you've learned, consequences, hindsight. What should we know?
So, considering that in my first 3 weeks I lost about 10 kilos, you know, that was quite a learning curve. I think the first thing I realized is that everything breaks. Everything. For some reason breaks. The second thing I realized is that the best thing is of the business is staff, you know, because they save your ass. I've been very lucky for that. And the third thing is doesn't matter what you do wrong, act quickly as soon as you realize that you're doing something wrong. Basically what I've learned is that I have to base my decision not on my competitors, not on what I like or my staff like, but simply on what the customer says. And that's it. Those are my 3 shots.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, I guess that's that. Luca, thank you very much for this episode of Bar Talks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Daniel.
Thank you for letting us go in your wonderful bar. Thank you, Declan, for the gin that is getting us a little bit tipsy.